Story for dog lovers. Sujatha fed Funsy, the grey spaniel, petting him and fussing him while he ate his food. She, a teenager, loved this dog very much, and the dog loved her too, and he showed it again now by wagging the tail faster as he put out his long wetty sticky tongue and licked her on the face. Sujatha hugged him lovingly. It was a joy for Funsy to see Sujatha or the other members of the family, her papa and mum, but with exception of one, and that being her elder brother aged 25. Sadmesh. The dog was very uncomfortable with this guy. Sadmesh was a very mischievous, badly behaved lad who took pleasure in hurting Funsy, and had made it his favorite pastime. Now, as soon as Sujatha went into the house after feeding Funsy, Sadmesh, or Saddy, as his schoolmates called him, decided to have one of his pranks again. Funsy, after having fed enough, now lay in the corner relaxing, feeling drowsy, and its eyes almost shut in sleep, when suddenly there was a shwanadak, and the dog yelped as it felt a tinge of pain. It was Saddy who had hit the dog with the rubber band, and he stood there laughing horribly now at the dog's discomfiture. Now unleashed the dog and told his sister when she came running out hearing the yelp that he was taking Funsy out for a walk. By the time the dog returned from the walk, it felt really exhausted and irritated with the different tortures that it had to undergo because of Saddy's sadistic nature. But Funsy bore everything with a faithful, animal understanding that Sadmesh belonged to this family, and that Sadmesh was one of Funsy's masters, who could treat him any way he wanted, especially since they were feeding and taking care of him, poor faithful dog. This rather unfortunate set-up for Funsy went on for quite a long length of time, until one day, it was 3 days before Diwali, and Mr. Saddy got ideas again of Funsy torture, his great favorite pastime, while he lit the crackers. He observed that Funsy was scared of the noise and shrunk with fear, and had moved to the far side of the shed shivering and whining. Saddy got a mad twinkle in his eyes. As usual, Sujatha fed the dog that day, and Saddy told her that he will take the dog out for a short walk and come back soon. This he did forcefully, despite Sujatha telling him an ode to bother Funsy for 23 days until the cracker season got over. But Saddy never listened to her good advice, and he had made up his dirty mind already. So out the dog went for a walk, again in a terribly scared state, with Mr. Saddy holding tight onto the leash with the long cane in his hand, snapping a squawk every now and then as usual, as they turned the lane and were now hidden from their house. Saddy put his hands in his pocket and pulled out some medium-sized bomb crackers, which he slowly unpacked and tied with a strong rope, his eyes gleaming wickedly. Funsy just sat there unaware of what was in store for him in the next few minutes. Suddenly, now feeling satisfied with his work, his lips curving up on the sides with a cruel smile as heartlessly he now tied the explosives with a 2-foot-length string to the animal's hind leg. Sadistic intentions rose to the peak for Mr. Suddy thought he now got up and without the least hesitation in mind, lit the bombs. As the first exploded, poor dear Funsy was wild with fear. He jumped 4 feet high in the air and Sadie laughed loud. He was enjoying thoroughly. For him it was great fun, seeing the spaniel run helter-skelter in fear. But suddenly something strange happened. Sadie got the greatest shock of his life now. For the grey spaniel in full force directly hurled itself at him. Yes. Funsy had decided he would take it no more. The dog, now pushed to its limits of endurance, chose to attack the bad boy. It bit Sadmesh once and then again, and again. Sadie started yelling, "The brute, it is biting me. Help, help." A single gunshot was heard amidst the cracker bursts and brought onlookers running to the scene. They saw that the bullet had hit Sadmesh right on the heart and he was dead. The dog, scared of the gunshot, ran away swiftly somewhere. At 20 paces away stood an old man with a smoking rifle in his hands, his face grim and tough-looking. The onlookers were just too shocked to react and simply stood there watching the horrific incident. Someone shouted, "Call the police, inform the boy's parents," etc., etc. A person who stood near to the old man heard the old man blabber, "I killed the beast. Was afraid I would miss him. But I am happy my shot was perfect and killed the beast." This man, who overheard the old man's blabber, thought the old man must be suffering from poor vision. So he went nearer to him and said, "Grandpa, you are mistaken. You killed the boy and not the animal." The old man slowly put his rifle away safely and with a very satisfied look in his eyes stared for a minute at the person, and then told him clearly enough, "I said I killed the beast. Didn't I? I never said I killed the dog." And having said this, he started walking away and turned a corner. The person stood there a bit confused after hearing this from the old man, but it took him just a few seconds to absorb what actually the old man meant. And now, as the full impact of the statement struck him, he knew that killing the boy had been intentional. And then, as he slowly and carefully analyzed the event itself as it unfolded, he understood that the old man must have been a very, very ardent dog lover, and he was silently convinced that the old man had done and used the right word too. The person knew every dog lover would feel the same. He now saw the old man just turn off the bend and ran to him to talk to him, but as he turned the corner he did not see anyone there. No old man found anywhere at all. The police came. They inquired and then searched the town for the old man, who they never were able to find at all. Bottom line: love animals. Do not torture/mistreat them. And stop others from doing so too, however. Not with a rifle, please. Thank you for watching.